Patent law is a completely different animal than copyright law. An author has a copyright in her work simply by fixing it in tangible form. The author need not register the work, use a copyright notice, or even know copyright law exists. The copyright is infringed by someone that copies creative expression from the work, but copyright protection does not apply to any useful elements of the work. But it is not necessary to identify copyrightable elements to obtain a copyright. Rather, that is often first addressed in court. Patent law reverses all the above. An inventor who puts her invention in tangible form has no patent until she submits a patent application, and the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO, allows her claims. She must distinctly identify what is new and useful about invention in her patent claims. She must file in timely fashion, or lose her rights to a patent. The patent is infringed by anyone who makes, uses, or sells the invention, whether they copied from the inventor or developed the product or process independently. Patent protection applies only to useful inventions. Patent differs from copyright in subject matter, it covers only useful elements, and procedurally, the burden is on the inventor to claim her rights with a detailed patent application. A key practical difference is that patent infringement does not require copying. Patent infringement is often done unknowingly, as opposed to copyright infringement, which requires copying from the copyrighted work. See Anthony Coropia and Mark Lemley, Copying in Patent Law, 2008. A patent may read on a product or process that was developed independently. Software corporation may spend years developing its new software package for managing a supply chain. Upon going to market, it may face a claim that its software infringes a patent on an invention that software corporation never knew of, much less copied from. The risks and rewards of patent law are much different than copyright. Why do people seek patents? 1. Market power. A patent excludes others from making and selling the patented product or process. As one patent lawyer wisely put it, no one sues himself. It is nice to have a patent on your own product, but nicer to have a patent that also covers your competitors' products. The scope of patent protection is important, meaning that drafting the patent claims is key. Patents can give market power in several ways. The invention may be in a market by itself, as in a patented drug with no equivalent. Other patents may discourage others from entering a 235 market, a barrier to entry, or require competitors to expend resources to avoid infringing, as in designing around a patent. 2. Licensing. A patent holder need not make and sell the invention herself. She can seek licensing fees from others who make and sell products or processes that fall within the patent claims. Some parties hold patents not to make and sell the invention, rather to seek license fees. The term for someone like that may depend on the speaker's point of view. Non-practicing entity, a neutral term, troll, comparing such licensing requests to extortion by the troll under a bridge, or small inventor. Even university. Many universities actively use tech transfer offices to seek patents and licensing revenue, not to mention spreading knowledge. 3. Investors. Startup companies find it easier to get the ear of venture capitalists if they have patents on their technology. Larger companies likewise tout their patent portfolio as an indicator of their technological prowess. 4. Reputation. An inventor often lists her patents along with her degrees and other accomplishments. Articles in Scientific American frequently mention the patents related to the scientific discoveries discussed. Universities plug professors' patents. 5. Marketing. Patents are often touted in the marketing of products, from cars to sport drinks, on the theory that potential buyers see that as a mark of superiority. Note, a patent means USPTO has deemed the invention new and non-obvious, not necessarily effective, safe, or better than other technology, although it may be. 6. Defense. If a party has a patent portfolio, she may use that to fend off patent claims by her competitors. Businesses often seek patents as a form of insurance. Note that this is less effective against a non-practicing entity, aka troll, small inventor, or university, that does not itself sell products. 7. Peacock's tail. Companies may seek patents not just to protect their technology, but to signal that they are robust beasts. See Clarissa Long, Patent Signals, 69 UKL Revelation 625, 2002. 8. Attribution, aka right of paternity. Legally, patents simply grant a set of exclusive rights to an applicant, a set that does not include a right of attribution. Culturally, patents do play that role. Patents are often treated as authoritative determination of inventorship. The USPTO sometimes plays Solomon. Alexander Graham Bell is considered the inventor of the telephone. He got the patent, although Alicia Gray filed the same day, the 14th of February 1876. Bell's lawyers won the dispute over priority, using underhand means, according to some. An Italian immigrant, Antonio Meucci, reportedly filed several years before, but could not afford the fees to proceed through the patent process. Credit for innovation and discovery is disputed not just for legal rights, but for status in fields from science to art to engineering. Many a patent applicant seeks not just basket of rights, but the equivalent of a diploma to hang on the wall, along with the right to control the baby's fate. So what can be patented? 236. Categories of patentable subject matter. Section 101 sets out the categories of patentable subject matter. Whoever invents or discovers any new and useful process, machine, manufacture, or composition of matter, or any new and useful improvement thereof, may obtain a patent therefor, subject to the conditions and requirements of this title. 35 U.S.C. 101. Invention is simply defined as invention or discovery. 35 U.S.C. 100, a, which makes clear that the invention may include discovering new processes or products, as opposed to creating them. What constitutes the invention, as we will see in later chapters, depends on the drafting of the patent claims. If an inventor patents a new digital camera, her patented invention is not defined by the machine she has built, but rather by the invention set forth in her patent claims. 1. Section 101 provides for 4 categories of inventions: process, machine, manufacture, or composition of matter, which are conventionally divided between processes and products. Machine, manufacture, composition of matter. An inventor can also patent an improvement on a process or product. The improvement itself is a process or product. Processes. Process means process, art or method, and includes a new use of a known process, machine. Manufacture, composition of matter, or material. 35 U.S.C. 100, b. A process could be a method for making something, such as a method for making high-strength polymer fabric, a method for using something, such as a method for controlling weeds near rice plants by applying a specific chemical compound, or a method for doing something, such as administering a mutual fund or creating an anti-gravity illusion. Donald S. Chisholm and Michael A. Jacobs, Understanding Intellectual Property Law 2-19, 1992. Patented inventions include such diverse processes as a method for producing a chemical, a method of putting in golf, and a method of calculating information to store in a database. An inventor may invent a process, a product, or both. For example, an inventor may develop a new manufacturing process that he uses to build a new type of chair. He might then seek both a process patent on the manufacturing process and a product patent on the chair. If others use his process to build couches or tables, they potentially infringe the process patent. Had the inventor simply patented the chair, others would have been free to use the process as long as they did not produce a product that infringed the chair patent. Conversely, if someone devises a different process for producing the chair, she would not infringe the process patent, but she would infringe the product patent. Inventor can cover both the process and product in a single patent application, but must have separate claims. Not every inventor can seek both process and product claims. Many processes do not produce a product. Other processes may produce a non-patentable product. For example, imagine an inventor devises a new process for producing a common type of chair. His chair would not be patentable, it is not novel, but the process might be. Likewise, processes for such things as purifying water or isolating chemicals might produce products, cleaner water, purer chemicals, that are not new. But 237. The process itself may be patentable, or the inventor may not be able to sufficiently describe the product. For example, the process could produce a useful chemical, but the inventor cannot quite determine the nature of the chemical. Here, the inventor may not be able to specifically describe the product, so she cannot apply for a patent on it, but she may be able to describe the process sufficiently. 2. Conversely, an inventor might use a non-patentable process to produce a patentable product. 2. Use the chair example again, an inventor might invent a new chair, but she makes it using tried and true manufacturing techniques or a new technique that is non-patentable, because, for example, it is obvious or she did not patent it in time. But although she could not patent the process, she can patent the chair itself. A common type of process patent is a use patent, a new use for an existing product. For example, suppose a drug is known to be useful for treating high blood pressure in humans. A pharmaceutical company then discovers that the drug is useful in treating cold symptoms. Even if the product itself is not new, and even if it had been invented by someone else, a pharmaceutical company could patent the new use as a new process. An inventor may often have stronger enforcement rights if she can patent her invention using both process and product claims. Products. The other 3101 categories, machines, articles of manufacture, and compositions of matter, are conventionally called products. The categories are not mutually exclusive. A genetically altered organism, for example, is both a manufacture and a composition of matter. See Diamond v. Chakrabarti, 447 U.S. 303, 1980. It generally makes little difference which category a product falls into, as opposed to the question of whether a claim covers a process or a product. A patent may claim an invention as a product and as a process, but it must do so in separate claims. Machine. A machine does something. The term machine includes every mechanical device or combination of mechanical powers and devices to perform some function and produce a certain effect or result. Corning v. Burden, 56 U.S. 252, 267, 1853. Machines would include a piano, a hammer, a compact disc player, and a merry-go-round. A machine is a device or combination of devices by means of which energy can be utilized or a useful operation can be performed. It is adapted to rendering a mechanical service or to the fabrication of material so as to change its form or produce a desired product. Nestle MUR Company v. Eugene, 55 F.2d 854, 857, 6th Sir 1932. Some of the best-known inventions were patented machines, such as the pioneer inventions listed in Chakrabarti, the telegraph, Morse, number 1647, telephone, Bell, number 174465, electric lamp, Edison, number 223898, airplane. The Wrights, number 821393, neutronic reactor, Fermi and Szilard, number 2708656, laser, Scorlo and Towns, number 2929922, 447 US at 316 N.10. 238. The broad understanding of machine goes well beyond such familiar machines. A cell in an organism is a machine. It performs various intracellular processes such as producing hormones. See Amgen v. Chugai Pharmaceutical, 902 F.2d 1532, 1537, 9th Sir 1990. A computer is a machine. Loading a new computer program onto a general-purpose computer can create a new, patentable machine. See in Real App at 33F.3D 1526, Fed. Sir. 1994. Accordingly, software inventions are often claimed both as a product and a process, which gives the patentees broader rights. Note that a patent on a machine does not automatically apply to the processes that the machine carries out. Rather, the machine itself is the subject of the patent. A different machine that carries out the same process does not necessarily infringe the patent. Manufacture. The Supreme Court has read manufacture as the production of articles for use from raw or prepared materials by giving to these materials new forms, qualities, properties, or combinations, whether by hand labor or by machinery. Chakrabarti, 447 U.S. at 306. This is a very broad category. Clothing, furniture, toys, food, and anything else made by man could potentially fall within the category of article of manufacture. To get the broadest protection possible, a patent applicant may find a way to characterize her invention with both process and product claims. Because article of manufacture is so broadly understood, the category lends itself to such inventive drafting. A computer program, for example, is a set of instructions. A software patent application is likely to have claims for the invention as a process. But other claims will use the program as part of a product. As noted above, the applicant can claim a new machine that consists of a general-purpose computer loaded with the new program. An even broader claim is to claim a computer program on a floppy disk as an article of manufacture. See in Re Beauregard, 53F.3D 1583, Fed. Sir. 1995. The article of manufacture is within patentable subject matter only if the invented elements are functional. Descriptive or aesthetic elements lack the requisite functionality. A writer cannot patent a book with the text of her new novel because the new aspect is only her text, and the book itself is simply a standard product of a printing press. If a publishing engineer invents a new form of book, say, one constructed in a novel fashion that both made page turning easier and made the book last longer, the invention does fall within patentable subject matter. Composition of matter. A composition of matter includes all compositions of two or more substances and all composite articles, whether they be the results of chemical union, or of mechanical mixture, or whether they be gases, fluids, powders or solids. Chakrabarti, 447 U.S. at 308. Like the other categories, composition of matter is very broad. It reaches from human genes to toothpaste. Improvements, herein of blocking patents. Curie devises a new eraser for pencils. The eraser has a spinal typical shape, an 11-sided form that 239 makes it especially effective, and is made from plubundum, an especially durable material. 1. Could not patent a pencil with an eraser attached. That is not new technology. But Curie could patent a pencil with an eraser attached, where such eraser is shaped in a spinal typical form and is composed of plubundum. Even if the ironing board is not new, one could patent an improvement, such as an ironing board designed to keep the electrical cord safely out the way. See U.S. Patent No. 1693615, granted to Raymond McJohn, 1928. An inventor may patent a product or process, or an improvement thereof. Suppose inventor 1 invents and patents a new and useful rocket launcher. Inventor 2 then comes up with a new and useful improvement on the invention. Inventor 2 is entitled to a patent on the improvement, assuming, as always, that she meets the other requirements of patentability. Inventor 1 owns the patent on the rocket launcher, and Inventor 2 owns the patent on the improvement. Who could make, use, sell, offer to sell, and import the improved version of the rocket launcher, without infringing either patent? Without permission from both inventors, no one. Suppose Rocket Company makes and sells the improved rocket launcher. By doing so, it infringes both patents. If inventor 1 makes the improved rocket launcher, she infringes inventor 2's patent. If inventor 2 makes the improved rocket launcher, he infringes inventor 1's patent. Such patents are called blocking patents. Only if inventors 1 and 2 enter into some kind of agreement, such as a cross-license, could either practice the second invention, or license it to others, free of infringement claims. The existence of blocking patents illustrates the technical legal nature of a patent holder's right. Strictly speaking, a patent holder does not have the exclusive right to make, use, sell, offer, and import the invention. Rather, she has the right to exclude others from doing those things, not necessarily the right to do them herself. An improvement patent need not result in a blocking patent. Inventor could improve a product or process that was not patented. She would have the patent on the process. Others could still practice the product or process, but if they practice her improved version they potentially infringe her patent. Examples. 1. Doing wheelies. For each of the following, state whether it qualifies as a process, a product, machine, manufacture, or composition of matter, or neither. 3. A bicycle. B. A technique for riding a bicycle. C. Glue used to fix flat bicycle tires. D. Trondastic, a brand name used to sell bicycles. E. Newly discovered information about the history of the bicycle. F. A special tire shaped to maximize speed, as determined by applying the laws of aerodynamics. G. A manufacturing procedure, used to make the special bicycle tires. H. An oven used for curing rubber, essential for the manufacturing procedure. 240. I. The Rules of Tread, a new card game, which are modeled after the rules used in the Tour de France. 2. A better mousetrap. Tinker's barn is plagued with mice. Tinker has tried every mousetrap on the market, but none of them puts a dent in the problem. Tinker begins experimenting on her own. She makes a number of changes to mousetraps she has bought, trying to increase their effectiveness. Tinker removes the part of one trap that usually fixes the mouse in place and uses a small bell in its place. She finds that although the trap does not kill the mice, the ringing of the bells drives them away in hordes. She wonders whether she can patent her creation. A friend scoffs at her, "You can't patent the mousetrap. That machine has already been patented." Does Tinker's invention fall into the categories of patentable subject matter? 3. A new trick. Mers purchases some motor oil for his model train set. He notices from a patent marking on the container that the oil is patented. Some time later, while working in his woodshop, Mers realizes he has run out of the liquid he usually uses to condition the wood. Mers rubs the motor oil in the wood, and finds it works far better than the liquids usually sold for such purposes. Mers wants to seek a patent, but wonders how he can patent something that is already patented. Does Mers's new application of the motor oil fall into the categories of patentable subject matter? 4. Brief interlude. Gearhead devises a new way of lubricating automobile engines. Her engines use normal motor oil, together with some common additives. By adjusting the engine in a particular way, the oil and additives form a particularly viscous combination, resulting in more efficient engine operation. Gearhead understands that she can patent the process for creating this especially low friction combination. She is concerned that others could design around that patent by designing processes that achieve the same result in a different way. Would the combination of oil and additives itself fall into the categories of patentable subject matter? 5. The Birds. Boeing, a jet manufacturer, is troubled by several mysterious crashes of its products. After expending enormous resources, Boeing discovers the source of the problem. Certain snow geese, unknown to biologists, manage to fly up to extreme altitudes while migrating to take advantage of the jet stream. Boeing realizes that this new information is important to a number of industries, from passenger jets to satellites. Boeing wishes to patent its findings. Does this new information fall into any of the categories of patentable subject matter? 6. Iced. Dude invents the iceboard, which he sees as the next step in the evolution from the surfboard to the skateboard to the snowboard. Dude's invention is a snowboard adapted for use on an ice rink. He hopes that one day iceboards will be used for hockey, figure skating, and recreation. His prototype admittedly does not work very well, permitting him only to plod slowly across the rink. But Dude reasons that the key thing is to be first. Any subsequent iceboard inventor will only have improved Dude's invention. Accordingly, by virtue of their blocking patents, Dude will share in the royalties of any improvements in the field. If Dude 241 patents his iceboard, will any subsequent board made for use on ice necessarily be an improvement of Dude's? 7. New sounds. Movie maker develops a novel process for synchronizing a character's lip movements with dubbed dialogue. If an Italian film is given an English soundtrack, the actors' lips will seem to match the new English soundtrack. Movie maker can patent the new process. But can she also patent the newly dubbed films? 8. Combo. Errors by pharmacies in filling prescriptions can have serious consequences. Packaging company develops a color coding system for prescription packages. The combination of colors on a package discloses such information as the normal prescribed amount, the expiration date, special categories of patients that may not receive the drug, and possible effects from combination with other drugs. The colors on the packaging are designed to alert a pharmacist to a number of possible problems. Packaging company seeks a patent on its packages. The USPTO rejects the claims as outside the scope of patentable subject matter, on the grounds that combinations of color are non-patentable aesthetic elements. Other packages outside patentable subject matter. 9. Patented propagated signal. Newton invents a new process for sending a new type of signal, a new type of signal with a watermark that carries information about the data being transmitted. Newton can patent the process. Can he patent the signal itself? Explanations. 1. Remember that if an invention is a product, whether it is a machine, article of manufacture, or composition of matter makes no real substantive difference. A bicycle is a product, a machine and also an article of manufacture. B. A technique for riding a bicycle is a process. Even if the technique consists only of a way of sitting on the bicycle, it could be described as a series of steps. C. Glue used to fix flat bicycle tires is a product, a composition of matter. D. A brand name such as Trondastic is neither a process nor a product. The name alone is not a process, although one could devise a marketing process that involved use of a name. One might argue that if Trondastic was a coined word, that it is an article of manufacture, being something made by man. But articles of manufacture must have some physical presence. Moreover, the word lacks the necessary functional aspect, having only a descriptive or aesthetic aspect. E. Newly discovered information about the history of the bicycle is neither a process nor product. Such information could be used to develop a process or product, but by itself does not fall into the categories of patentable subject matter. F. The special tire, designed with the laws of aerodynamics in mind, is a product, an article of manufacture, and arguably a machine. G. The manufacturing procedure used to make the tire is a process. 242. H. The oven used in the manufacturing procedure is a product, a machine. I. The rules of a game, in distinction to laws of nature, are a process, they constitute the instructions for playing the game. 2. Tinker's invention does fall into patentable subject matter. Her new contraption is a machine. An improvement of an existing machine. Although a mousetrap has been patented, that does not remove a category of available subject matter. Improvements of existing processes or products fall within patentable subject matter. 3. Mers does have an invention within patentable subject matter. He cannot patent the oil itself, because evidently someone else invented it. But Mers has invented a new use for the oil. Such Use patents are a common type of process patent. So Mers's patented invention is something along the lines of method of conditioning wood using motor oil. 4. Gearhead's combination of oil and additives does fall into patentable subject matter. As a specified mixture of ingredients, it is a composition of matter, a product. See in Re Breslow, 616. F.2d 516, CCPA 1980. The statute contains no requirements that products be durable, fixed in any medium, stable, visible, and so on. Indeed, as the text notes, patents have been issued for such fleeting articles of manufacture as a propagated electric signal. 5. Poing has discovered some distinctly useful information. But the information is neither a product nor a process. He could patent an application of the information, such as a goose catcher for jets. 6. A subsequent board developed for use on ice would not necessarily be an improvement on Dude's. Accordingly, Dude's patent would not necessarily cover all subsequent ice boards. An invention is only an improvement of a prior patented product if it incorporates all the claimed elements of the prior product. Another inventor might invent an ice board that was better than Dude's ice board and did not contain all the elements of Dude's board. So the first inventor in a field does not get a patent that encompasses all subsequent products in the field, rather only those that are improvements on his specific claimed invention. 7. The newly dubbed films are not patentable subject matter. Movie maker might argue that they are articles of manufacture, the products of her new process. But the content of the films is not functionally related to her invention. Put another way, a new process for producing an old product does not permit a patent on the old product. A new process for filtering water does not let the inventor patent purified water. The result would be different if the film itself were technologically new, for example, by using different materials or being made according to new specifications. Compare Bloomstein v. Paramount Pictures, number 99 to 1051, Fed. Sir. 3 September 1999. 8. Packaging company does have an invention within the scope of patentable subject matter. The arrangement of colors is not simply aesthetic in nature. Rather, it plays a functional role. The system as a whole passes information to pharmacists, as a means for preventing various 243 categories of mistakes. The packages themselves play a functional role in displaying that information. Compare in Re Levy, number 96 to 1180, Fed. Sir. 1997. 9. The Federal Circuit held that a transitory, propagating signal did not fall into any of the four categories, and so was not within the scope of patentable subject matter. In Re Newigton, 500 F.3d. 1346, 1354, Fed. Sir. 2007. In the court's view, the four listed categories are not simply illustrative, but rather describe the exclusive reach of patentable subject matter. The claimed invention was not a process, because it was not an act or series of acts. It was not a machine, because it did not contain concrete structure. It was not a manufacture, because it was not a tangible article or commodity. Nor did it qualify as a composition of matter, a signal comprising a fluctuation in electric potential or in electromagnetic fields is not a chemical union nor a gas, fluid, powder, or solid. The four categories are very broad but do not cover all types of technology, and as technology becomes more advanced, more inventions will likely fall outside the scope of the statute. Excluded subject matter. One could argue on policy grounds that certain categories of inventions should not be patentable. New types of weapons, because that encourages invention of destructive devices, human cells. Because that grants a type of ownership over the human organism, methods of cloning humans. Because that gives proprietary rights to hotly disputed uses of science, computer programs and ways of doing business, because such inventions are not the sort of invention contemplated by the original patent scheme. Genetically altered foods, because that encourages hazardous tinkering with nature. Materials discovered through studying indigenous people, because that appropriates traditional medicines and native cultures, and so on.